Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our channel once again. Was Edwin Sifuna Raila Odinga's secret card or wild card against William Ruto in 2027? That is the question which most Kenyans are currently asking. Because clearly there was something between Sifuna and Raila Odinga. I want you guys to pay very close attention to the clip which I am about to play and tell me whether Sifuna was the secret card.
Secondly, I think you read the interview that Sifuna had Kenya Times recently, where he made it very, very clear. Being the Secretary General at the spokesperson of the party, he clarified every issue. And since then, we have not seen any writing about Sifuna in the newspapers at all. Sasa wewe ni nani? Sasa wewe unaanza leo kupinga Sifuna. Wewe ni nani? We in the party sourced Sifuna from his professional work to bring him to the party. And he has been doing an excellent job since then. I'm serious. So let us support him. We in the party support him. Let the people support him. The guy is built for the future. I'm serious. The guy is built for the future. You know what I mean? Ukiangalia huko mbele, utaona Sifuna. Utaona nani? If you don't know what I'm saying, go home, fikiria. Sawa sawa?
That statement by Professor Peter Anyang' is an indicator that Raila had plans with Sifuna. Was Sifuna Raila Odinga's secret card against William Ruto? Because Raila Odinga was in broad-based government. But Raila Odinga kept reminding us about this.
Look at what we have signed, and we must remain as ODM. And we've signed and agreed that we'll work together up to 2027. We have not passed any resolutions as a party to say how we are going to go into the election of 2027. So wherever you are, don't commit the party to some things which have not been discussed. Let those things be discussed first. We are ODM. Who's told you that ODM will not have a candidate in 2027? Who has told you? So first, think as ODM. We have a clear plan that we have negotiated and we have agreed on, and let us continue to implement that plan. Other decisions we'll take when the time comes.
And for those who've been in ODM Party for a long time and understand the way ODM Party operates, there are certain things which Edwin Sifuna used to do when Raila Odinga was alive, which in an ordinary circumstance, the men in black would not have allowed. Raila Odinga would have unleashed the power of the men in black and stopped them. But Edwin Sifuna continued doing them with the support of none other than Raila Odinga.
Kama Sifuna ameongea, ako na haki ya kuongea. Ako na haki ya kuongea. Kama wewe unatofautiana na yeye kwa maoni, sema yako. Sema yako. Sio ndio demokrasia? Mimi sijasema ati mimi usiongee kwa chama namna hii. Sema hata kama unaona baba anafanya makosa, sema. Mniambie mimi wewe sasa naona wewe umezoeka, rudi nyumbani. Unasema baba rudi Bondo. Unasema kama unasema ndake rudi Bondo, wananchi watasema. Wanachama wa ODM akisema baba amechoka, basi. Lakini mpaka tudumishe demokrasia ndani ya chama chetu. Sasa sisi kama chama tuna maviungo vya chama ambayo wanaongea. Kama mambo hii Kama Sifuna anaongea, mimi siwezi kujibu yeye kwa gazeti. Na ngoja tuende naye kwa mkutano ya tuko na inaitwa kwanza Central Committee, pili tuko na ingine inaitwa National Executive Committee. Tuko na viungo vya chama.
In this video, I want us to try and figure out whether Edwin Sifuna was Raila Odinga's secret card against William Ruto in 2027. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think were some of the options Raila Odinga might have had for Edwin Sifuna in 2027? For me, I'm thinking the following line. Number one, Raila Odinga probably had planned to front Edwin Sifuna to run for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya in 2027. And I've been talking to so many people. Some of them tells me that Raila Odinga had planned to dump broad-based government towards the end of this year, and that he was going to hand over the leadership of the party to the ODM Young Turks. And Sifuna was going to be proposed to run for the presidency. That was the first option. The second option Raila Odinga had was for Raila Odinga himself to contest for the presidency. And Raila was actually under a lot of pressure from Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to contest again, because Uhuru believed that Raila Odinga was the only person who was capable of defeating William Samoei Arap Ruto. And Raila was going to pick Edwin Sifuna as his running mate in that case. And the other option was for Raila Odinga to pair Sifuna with Kalonzo. Because remember, Kalonzo stood with Raila Odinga on 3 occasions. And despite the fact that Raila made it very clear that he was in broad-based government to stabilize the government, he still had that hope of teaming up with Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And because of his advanced age, he was willing to pair Kalonzo and Sifuna to return the favor to the Luhya nation and also to Kalonzo Musyoka. And there was this other option where it was alleged that Raila was actually planning to support Ruto in 2027. But ODM was going to demand for the position of the running mate. And the person who was earmarked for that running mate was none other than Edwin Sifuna. Because Edwin Sifuna was going to help Ruto with the Luhya voting bloc, that is the Western Alliance, and also win the support of ODM, particularly those who are opposed to the broad-based government. Because Sifuna was now the face of the opposition to broad-based government. The others were just going to fall in place. Ladies and gentlemen, the question remains, was Sifuna Raila's wildcard?
Sifuna is our Secretary General. Na lazima aheshimiwe kivivyote vile. Mkiona tumenyamaza, Sifuna anaongea sauti ya chama. Tunaelewana? Sifuna anaongea ile nafikiria, ile Ososi anafikiria, ile Wanga anafikiria, ile Profesa anafikiria, na ile baba inadunda ndani ya roho yake na nyinyi nyote. Kwa hivyo biashara, mnaona wale ambao wanapiga kelele ni wale wanaona kwamba kuna tende itatokea kwa hii serikali. Nitaitwa, wacha niongee hivi kama nitaitwa. Hapana, Ruto pia sio mjinga. Ruto amekuwa kwa hii siasa.
Hatutaki junior members of the party.
For me, if you are to ask me that question, I'll also ask a few questions. Was Raila Odinga protecting Edwin Sifuna from the broad-based government baggage, similar to what Raila Odinga carried with the handshake? If you are to talk to majority of Raila Odinga supporters, they will tell you that one of the reasons why Raila Odinga lost in 2022 was because of the baggage of the handshake. That William Ruto was able to run away from Jubilee failures, and Raila Odinga carried that. Raila Odinga was now trying to protect Sifuna from carrying those broad-based government baggage if they were to be there. Because remember, any government, whether popular or not, the moment they assume power, they start inheriting baggage. Raila didn't want Sifuna to carry those baggage. So Sifuna was kept very far away from all these deals just to protect him. Number two, also tend to think that Raila Odinga wanted to do something with Sifuna, which he did, or which they did for Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, the young Turks. Remember, Jaramogi was very old, but we had people like Gitobo Manyara, people like Raila, people like Moite, who were very young during that time. They were the force behind Jaramogi. Raila is aged, but Raila was being surrounded by people who were also, age was work. Raila Odinga was also surrounded by people who were aging. So I think, or I tend to think that in 2027, Raila Odinga was planning to have the young Turks support his bid. And these young Turks were going to be led by Edwin Sifuna. And that's why I think Raila had something with Sifuna. Number three, and this is something which I keep on asking myself. Do you think someone like Junet, Joho, Badi, or the rest, do you think they would have opposed Raila Odinga if Raila Odinga told them that we are leaving the broad-based government and this is the direction we're going to support Sifuna for the presidency? So Raila wanted his people to be in government. And maybe at the right time, he was going to pull them out of government to support Sifuna. That's what I'm trying to think. And of course, there's also this Western Alliance, which William Ruto is banking on. The truth is, Mount Kenya has dumped William Ruto. They gave William Ruto the highest number of votes in 2022. As we speak, Ruto is banking fully on the Western Alliance. So Raila Odinga, in his calculation, had figured out that if the mountain is gone, Kalonzo obviously was going to run for the presidency. It was going to be possible to sneak someone from Western, that is Sifuna, support him, and his chance of winning were going to be very, very high. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think, but for me, I tend to think that Raila Odinga had something with Sifuna. Maybe you could tell me what they were planning, because there are things Sifuna did or was doing or is still doing today, which he would not have done without the express permission of Raila Odinga. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.